Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtibheda Vibhagine Vyomavadyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. 100. अज्ञातत्वात् प्रमाणेन ज्ञातव्यमिति मेयता. अज्ञानस्य विकारित्वात् कारणत्वं च संभवेत्. So, Chidvastu, Chaitanya Tattva, is something which is undisputable. You can't dispute Chidvastu. Chidvastu cannot be disputed. Chaitanya, because all activities do take place on account of Chaitanya. Ignorance is experienced by one and all. So that also cannot be questioned. Now, these two have got different statuses now. He says, we have seen the Anvaya, Sataha Ajñātatvat Pramanena Jñātavyam iti Meyata and Syat. Ajñānasya Vikaritvat Karanatvam cha Sambhavit. Now, the Chit Vastu, which is also called as Sat or Atma. So this Chidvastu, which is also called as Sat or Atma, is something which is unknown, Ajñāta. Its true nature is not known to us. So its true nature is not known to us. And therefore, it has to be known. How? Pramanena Sataha. Sataha means Chidvastu Brahma Atma. Being something which is Ajñāta, not known to us, it should be known. How it should be known? Pramanena Jñātavyam. It has to be known through proper pramana, the jnana sadhana. Otherwise, as Chaitanya, everyone does experience this Chidvastu. But how do we experience? Our experiences of Chaitanya Chidvastu is always mixed with the features or the attributes of the upadhis. Is it not? Deha, Mana, Buddhi, the gross body and the subtle body, all their, not only those bodies and also their features get attributed or falsely superimposed on Chaitanya. We mistake Chaitanya as endowed with this. Body has got birth, we think that Chaitanya has got birth. Body dies, we think that Chaitanya also dies. I died. Chaitanya means I died. So this is the mistake that we commit. So that being the case, we should take help of proper pramana to know Chaitanya Chidvastu in its own true nature. So therefore, Sataha Ajñātatvat Pramanena Jñātavyam should be known through proper pramana. And what is the pramana? Shruti pramana, Upanishad pramana. And that being the case, Meyata Syat. This Sat Chit Atma, Brahma, has got the status of being Meya. Meya is Prameya, the thing to be known. In some other context we are seeing, Atma can never be Prameya of any Pramana, including the Shruti. But because it is not known to you, it gets the status. And that status that, what is that? It is Prameya, also is falsely attributed. It is not true, because why? It is Prakasha. What is the thing to be known? Something other than yourself you have to know. This is verily your Swarupa. Where is the question of knowing it, and which itself is? So that means the very knowledge principle. because you are ignorant, therefore it gets the false status of being something that is to be known. Meyatasya. This is as far as the Chid Vastu is concerned. All this is why told. The Shruti Vakya, what was the Shruti Vakya? Avyakruta Shruti Vakya, what is that? Tadhedam tarhi avyakrutam asit. So that Tadhedam tarhi avyakrutam asit, which speaks of avyakruta, that avyakruta has got two meanings. One is Chidvastu, other is Ajnana. So from that standpoint. Now Ajnana, so what is the status of Ajnana? Why should you know Ajnana? Ajnanasya vikaritvat karanatvam cha sambhavi. Ajnana, ignorance, Ajnana, Maya, Prakriti, all these are synonyms in the context we have to see the proper meaning. Ajnanasya vikaritvat, being something that is vikari. So something subject to change, modification. Karanatvam cha sambhavi. It gets the status of being the karana. Karana, cause of what? Jagat. So it gets the status of being the cause of the Jagat. Karanatvam sambhavi. Earlier, in stanza 99, author had given the pramana to the effect that there is something called ajnana. So na sadasi, no sadasi, tamasidi the Shruti. This was from Shruti, Nasadiya Sukta, and other one Manusmriti, Asididam tamo bhutam aprajnatam iti smriti. So ignorance is there, which is experienced by us. Beside that, the pramana of Shruti and Smriti was given. Now, here also that ajnana, so that is ajnana, which has got also other name called Maya. So Maya is another name of ajnana. From that standpoint, about the existence of Maya, which is nothing but ajnana only, so it is the cause of the Jagat. So to that effect, again Shruti quotations are being given. Mayam tu prakritim vidyadisho mayiti shrutihi. Mayam tu prakritim vidyadisho mayiti shrutihi. Daivi hesha gunamayi mama mayeti cha smritihi. Daivi hesha gunamayi mama mayeti cha smritihi. So he gives two quotations, one from Shruti, first line, other from Smriti, Gita, second line. So to give the pramana that Maya, which is another name for Ana, is the cause of the Jagat. The 101, the Anvaya, first line as it is. Mayam tu prakritim vidyad ishaha mayi. This much you put in quotation, inverted comma. Mayam tu prakritim vidyat ishaha mayi itihi shrutihi. In second, hi esha gunamayi daivi mama maya. Daivi hesha gunamayi mama maya. Again this much quotation. So Anvaya is hi esha gunamayi daivi mama maya iti cha smritihi. If you want after Mama Maya, add there Duratyaya from Gita. Duratyaya from Gita. After Maya, you can add Duratyaya iti cha smritihi. Now, first quotation is from Shtashatar Upanishad, 4th chapter, 10th mantra. But of course, the mantra is not exactly like this. Slightly variation is there. There it is Mayam tu prakritim vidyat Mayinam tu Maheshwaram. In the place of Ishaha Mayi, the meaning of that Mayinam to Maheshwaram is given. So Mayinam to Maheshwaram is the meaning is given here. Ishaha Mayi. So Mayi means here Maya Asya Asti iti Mayi. The one who wields the Maya, one who possesses the Maya, he is the Mayi means Ishvara only, the one who wields, under whose control Maya is there. As far as we are concerned, is Maya under our control or we are under the control of Maya? Yeah. We know. Okay, we are under the control of Maya. But as far as Ishvara is concerned, he controls the Maya. So that's why Maya cannot cast samsara on Ishvara. But Jiva is under the spell of samsara because it is controlled by Maya or Ajnana. So therefore, so is Mayam tu Prakritim Vidya. So know this Maya as Prakriti. Prakriti, that which is capable of creating the Jagat. Prakarshena Kriti Yogyatvat Prakriti. That which has got very well potential to create the Jagat. That is what is called as Prakriti. So this Maya, the creative power of Ishvara, is the one which creates the Jagat, Vidya. And who creates that? Ishaha Mai. This Maya or Prakriti, though it is a power, any Shakti being inert by itself cannot function on its own. However great and that means what? A dynamic machine may there, someone is required to, some sentient being is required to operate it. Even the rockets, they may go anywhere, moon and Mars they may go. So, but someone is required, may not be in the rocket, but somewhere remote control one should operate. So that way, this Maya may be a creative power which creates the Jagat, but who wields that? Mai. Mai, who is Mai? Ishvara, Chaitanya, control, that is conditioned by the Maya Shakti. That is the one who wields that. So that's why Mai, Ishaha, Mai, Itihi, Hi, Shrutihi. This is the Shruti. Second line gives Gita quotation, 7th chapter, 14th stanza. Daivi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya. So Esha, Hi Esha, Gunamai Daivi Mama Maya. This Maya creative power is what? Gunamai. Gunamai means which has got three gunas, Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. This Maya is constituted of Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna, three guna. So that is Sattva guna corresponds to knowledge aspect, Rajo guna corresponds to activity aspect, Tamo guna corresponds to inert objects, so inert aspect. So this Maya, which is threefold in nature in terms of three gunas, so it is Gunamai, at the same time Daivi. So Daivi means which belongs to Ishvara. So Ishvara is not like the entire Jagat is the product of this Maya, so and belongs to Mama Maya. Mama Maya means Ishvarasya Maya. It is under the control of Ishvara. So when he says my Maya, it automatically means under the control of me, Ishvara. That applies to Ishvara, but not other people. My children means need not be under the control of the person. That is a different thing. So here, Mama Maya, my Maya means it is controlled by who? Me, Ishvara. You know that's I told you. See, once Ishvara told Maya, get lost. Because of you, I am getting the bad name. Because Maya means always goes, because of you, I am getting the bad name. Maya with all obedience, say, Bhagavan, I will certainly obey your command. Then what? Obey it. Please show me where you are not, then I will get lost. Bhagavan goes, jao. Because he can't answer now. He can't answer. So, okay, jao. So like that, this Maya is what? So, but under the control of Ishvara. Why under the control of? Without Ishvara Chaitanya Tattva, Maya cannot operate at all. It is like a magnificent machine without the power. What can it do? What can it do without the power? So like this. Okay. Mama Maya iticha. And that is what Duratyaya. Very difficult to cross over. But Bhagavan has given a provision. What is that? Mameva, he continues, Mameva ye prapadyante mayametam tarantite. So therefore, those who surrender me and take to knowing me, who is me, they only can get past this Maya. They say, no, it's like this. This example is generally given about Maya. Maya is like a ferocious dog of a master. And this big fellow master stays in a big bungalow, multi-storied bungalow, and one friend has come to meet him. But this dog, already the board is there, beware of dogs. Okay, so He can't straight away enter this fellow. What he can do? There are two ways. Either what? He has to shout loudly, hey, I have come here, take care of your dog. That was the master will come, oh, you have come, please, and he will handle the dog. Otherwise, this guy has to disguise himself as the master so that the dog will not know that someone else has come. So both ways are possible. So what are both ways are possible? It is like like Hanuman. Hanuman, when that means he burnt Lanka, etc., and all, he was caught. He was caught means, of course, he was caught because that Brahmastra was there, Brahmastra was left on him, and because Brahmastra should have its effect. In fact, it can't have, but still it has to have, it can't get nullified. So he fainted and he was caught, etc. But when he was caught and tied, he had all might to get released. He had that power to get released because that ropes were nothing for him. But he pretended as if he is tied because he wanted the audience with who? Ravana. So that is what he wanted. So suppose he was tied, what he could have done? All that he has to do is what? To grow. He has the capacity, he has to grow. All the ropes will just what? They will get totally broken as such. You could have done that. Afterwards, he had the audience, and therefore Ravana gave him the punishment. Why? These monkeys always are very fond of the tail. Therefore, set the tail on the fire. But they had nobody, no ministers had the brain there. Because this monkey, they thought that it is tied, no? Therefore, where it will go? The tail will burn, etc. So he kept quiet and the tail was burned, and afterwards he was taken in procession in the street. Do you know what he did? He shrunk. No, he was tied. He shrunk himself. He shrunk himself and what? Got released from all the ropes, etc. And then started jumping from the mansion to mansion, and everything he burned. So like that, either you grow or you shrink. Only two methods. There are also two methods. Either you call or you disguise yourself like a master. So when you disguise yourself master, here how you have to disguise? Ishvara means you have to discover that you are what? Nothing but Ishvara Swarupa. Call by bhakti, have that much of devotion and surrender and call Bhagavan. Certainly he will come to your rescue and withhold the Maya. So there also, grow. What do you grow? Grow in terms of your own Swarupa. The Maya fetters are bound to for snap off. Otherwise, shrink in terms of Sharanagati. So Ishvara will certainly help you. So that way this Maya, Mameva ye prapadyante Maya metam tarantite. Those who surrender to me only can get past this Maya, because this Maya is under my control. So that's fine. That means, so this Maya, which is nothing but Ajnana only, so it is the Karana of the Jagat, which is because entire Jagat is a product of three gunas. So this way, what was done so far by the author is Tadhedam tarhi avyakritam asit. I hope by now you know this sentence. Tadhedam tarhi avyakritam asit. So this Shruti of statement, first what he did, the word meaning he gave, thereafterward he gave the meaning of the sentence that avyakrita means both prameya atma, meya atma, and jagat karana ajnana. He concludes to, that is, comment on the subsequent portion of the same Shruti statement. Ityavyākrita vākyārtho nyāyena sunirūpitaha. Atha vyākrita vākyārtha kramat prāpto nirupyate. Iti avyakrita vakyartha nyayena sunirupitaha. First line as it is. Atha kramat praptaha vyakrita vakyartha nirupyate. Atha kramat praptaha vyakrita vakyartha nirupyate. iti. Thus, what that was, so commented upon so far. Avyakrita vakyartha. The meaning of the avyakrita vakya. And what is that avyakrita vakya? Tadhedam tarhi avyakrita maset. Brihadaranyaka 147. Actually, the same mantra of Brihadaranyaka 147 is now part by part, phrase by phrase is being now commented upon. So that is vakyartha, meaning of that. Nyayena. Nyayena here not by reasoning, here by topic wise. Nyaya also means topic, I told you, Vishaya. Nyaya Nirnaya, Vishaya Nirnaya, ascertainment of the topic. So topic wise. So Nyayena, topic wise, Sunirupitaha. So well explained, properly explained. So what was the topic wise? It was shown Avyakrita Vakya reveals two things. One is Jneya Brahma or Meya Brahma. Other one is Jagat Karanam Ajnanam. The first meaning, Jneya Brahma, shows that one need not strive for any other knowledge. So there is no need of any other knowledge because Brahma eva Jneyam. If anything that is worthy to be known in the entire creation, it is only Brahma. In the modern world, this may sound to be strange, is it not? So there are many things to be known. Yes, there are many things to be known. In fact, there is no count or there is no limit to what can be known. But if you take stock at the end, the result is nothing. You know that Tarana Vidya? You know, the stock example of Vedanta. So, see, one great scholar, Pandit, was crossing a river. Ferry boats were there. Ferry boats were there. And he got in a ferry. And the boatman, of course, in those days, because passengers were less, etc., and he knows this is a great person, so he paid the fare, etc., and he was rowing the boats across the river. That is a very wide river it was. So this Pandit had nothing to talk, etc. So he just, because only two persons are there, just chit-chatting, etc. Hey, he forgot his watch. This Pandit, he doesn't forgot his watch. He asked, hey, have you got watch? The boatman. Sir, no, I don't have. What? You don't have watch? Not only I don't have watch, I don't know how to read it also. So I don't. What? You don't have watch and you don't know, you don't have timepiece, etc., etc. No, sir, I don't need it. Morning I wake up and that means what? I go to my work and whole day I work, I eat, etc., sleep. I don't need timepiece, I get sound sleep, etc. Where do I need? So I don't need the. My God, in this modern world, even if you don't know how to read, you should have a wristwatch. At least the fashion, you should have a wristwatch, and you don't have a watch. So, 25% of your life is a waste, he said. So, okay. So then what? Again he went to, after this Panditji picked up some politics, this thing, politics. So, politics this thing. Hey, do you know what is the party, etc. महाराज क्या पार्टी बिर्टी क्या करने का है? हमको वोट बीट कुछ पता नहीं, हमको नोट ही पता है. What I know is only note, only currency note. I know vote बीट क्या पता हमको, कुछ भी पता नहीं है. So he said, what? You don't know anything about the politics? How these people loot the country? That is, you don't know. Another 25% of your life is gone. Then they say, at least do you know some gunakar bhagakar? क्या गुणाकार भागाकार? I don't know anything. I know only how much to have the akara for the fare, from where to look here. When the passenger stand from where to where I have to take him, how much fare wise akara means charging. That much I know. What do I need, etc. My God, your 75% of the life is gone. By that time, a storm came. A storm came and the boat started rocking, and the boat is in between the river, etc. The boatman with all fright, he said, Maharaj, do you know swimming? He said, I don't know, say, Maharaj, your life is gone. And what? The boat was about to sink, and he jumped in the river and he started swimming, and Maharaj were what? Went to the rock bottom in the river. So what is the point in knowing anything and everything, all trash and everything? Maybe a few things may be useful for Vyavahara so long as you live, but if you take stock at the fag end of the life, it is nothing but big zero. Only one thing, if Tarana Vidya is there, what is Tarana Vidya? This with knowledge is there, it only it counts. Otherwise, see, where are ordinary people? Great scientists, emperors of emperors, etc. Where are they? Alexander the Great. The poor fellow, do you know how did he die? In a pathetic condition. So what greatness? Where is he? Where is he? I think in Egypt, I think there was one emperor. He lived about 95, 96 years. He lived. And do you know how many years he was emperor? 54 or 56 years he was the emperor. Think of it. For such a long period he was the emperor. And he had erected a statue of his when he was there, 56 feet tall. Even today, that statue, 56 feet long statue is there. Only difference is, at that time it was vertical, now it is horizontal. In some museum. Greatness, now think of it. As a greatness. I think somebody, anyway, one more thing. I think in school, high school, there was one, I don't know who was a poet, I don't know, one they said, Sir Nameless and the Children. You know. There was a poem, I don't know the poet of that. Sir Nameless and the Children. You know. Some great person, you see, just to show his greatness, erected a statue in a huge garden. Time elapsed, and what happened? The garden was finishing and the statue was fallen, even the name also got erased, etc. After many years, children playing there, etc., they were jumping and kicking and etc. what that statue, because it was lying down there and kicking it there. So the poet has written, Sir Nameless was who was a great, and the children. Now is what? It is eating the dust. So where is this? It's only the immaturity to strive for name and fame, etc. Of course, to live decently in the world, few things need to be known. Academic education is necessary. We can't just throw it out. But we should know the limitations of that and up to what point it is required, that much only, not more important that. Finally, what is required is only Brahma Vidya, only having been born as human being, not for others. Having been born as human being, the priority is for what? Brahma Vidya. And if Brahma Vidya is there, even if he is a peasant, it's a great. Ramakrishna Paramahasa. Which standard did he pass? Cross. And there are great, they say at that time, who are there? Lal Bal Pal. Lal Bal Pal. You know Lal Bal Pal? Lala Lajpat Rai. Pal is what? Bipin Chandra Pal and Bal Gangadhar Tirak. Their names are only in the history. Great person, of course. They have done something for the country, we don't question their etc. But Ramakrishna Paramahasa is the heart of thousands of people, millions of people. So he was totally uneducated. So what makes that is what? This is the thing to be known. So that is Brahma Eva Neyam. So that is what is shown as, that is the Avyakrita speaks of Neya Brahma. That is no other knowledge needs to be gained. For the Vyavahara, whatever that is required, that much is okay, but that cannot be the prime goal of life. Everyone has to accept at the fag end of the life, when entire body is in tatters, then one can know, I should have done that, I should have done this, but then now it is too late to do anything. Atma-Vidya, think, थोड़ा वेदांत भी पढ़ने का था, थोड़ा आत्मज्ञान भी पाने का था, अभी कुछ नहीं कर पाता है. So that is what it is. Now, to the person So, see, if that is Brahma alone is to be known, and if Brahma is everything, what about this Jagat? I am persecuted by this Jagat. So therefore he is afraid of the Jagat. How this samsara anartha parampara? So how this samsara anartha parampara? And that means one who is concerned now. Why one is concerned? If Brahma is so, we have to know, but this samsara is too much for me. How is that? What? It's not a cozy thing, all anarthas only. For that person says, don't worry. Why? This samsara is the product of ajnana. And that ajnana in being described, what is it? Vyakrita vakyartha, the meaning of the vakya of Vyakrita Vakya. Vyakrita Vakya, in your book at the bottom, in note it has given. Tannama rupabhyam eva vyakriyata. 147, Brihadaranyaka. It is that at the bottom of in your book. Tat nama rupabhyam eva vyakriyata. This is a Vyakrita Vakya. Earlier, Jagat was in the unmanifest condition. Now it has got manifested. So that Jagat got manifested in terms of Nama Rupa. That is what is told by Shruti. So author is now going to discuss. First he will give the meanings of the words and then the meaning of the sentence. Now he has already introduced the sentence now that he is going to discuss. So what are the things that means can be known from this Vakya? Let us see now. Vyakrutam dvividham deha srishtir jiva praveshanam dehadir vishayatvena praveshat purvamuchyate. Deha srishti jiva praveshanam ad iti. Deha srishti jiva praveshanam ad iti. Vyakrutam dvividham ad bhavati. Vyakrutam dvividham ad bhavati. Dehadir vishayatvena praveshat purvam uchyate. Dehadihi vishayatvena praveshat purvam uchyate. Now this Vyakrita, what is Vyakrita? The manifest word. I say, in the manifest word, the two prominent things need to be known. Not that everything that is there in the creation is going to be described. This is not the subject matter of Vedanta. So physics, chemistry and other material sciences are there for that. So here, you see, this thing, the Vyakrita, the manifest condition of the Jagat is of two types. It is twofold. What is that? Deha srishtihi, the srishti, the creation of the deha, the embodiments of all the beings. Then jiva praveshanam, entry of the jiva. Entry of the jiva in the sense, entry of Atma, Paramatma, available as jiva. So these two things need to be told. Why it is to be told? Because in Aitareya we find to show elsewhere also other this thing. Wherever Pravesha Shruti comes, whether it is Brihadaranyaka or Aitareya or any other Upanishad, so Taittiriya, wherever it is, Pravesh Shruti means entry. It is to show that this Jiva is not different than Atma, Brahma. Same Brahma, Atma, Paramatma is available as Samsari Jiva. Vyavaharataha he may appear as Samsari. In reality, Paramarthataha he is nothing but Atma, Brahma, only to show that a Praveshruti are being given. So that being the case, he says, for two things, Deha Srishtihi, the creation of the embodiment, Jiva Praveshanam iti, Vyakritam dvividham bhavati. Vyakrita is twofold. The manifest jagat, manifest creation is twofold. Now, which is the described first here? He says, so deha etc. need to be described first. Why? The pravesha of Atma, Paramatma is where? In the body. So that's why the body has to be described first. They say, dehadihi vishayatvena. It means like this. Dehadehe pravesha vishayatvena. Dehadir vishayatvena means dehadehe, deha adi, deha stula sharira, sukh sharira, and jagat, which is meant for experience of this individual. Pravesha vishayatvena, being the vishaya. Vishaya also means field or sphere. So we know the meaning of vishaya as either sense object or a topic. So vishaya also means the field or sphere. So that is deha dehe, that is deha etc. being the field or sphere of pravesha entry. So therefore praveshat purvam uchyate. So deha etc. are what being described, uchyate are told before the pravesha. So because unless you describe the deha, pravesha cannot be described. Entry of Atma, Paramatma in the body cannot be described. So therefore it is described first. Now, see, now I think tadhedam tarihi avyakritam asi is already commented. You can forget it now. Okay, you can't forget it. It will be required in between. Now the immediate phrase that is being now discussed and elaborated is tan nama rupabhyam eva vyakriyata. This has to be now described. For that, what is that tat? Meaning of tat is given first in the first line. Then nama rupabhyam eva vyakriyata is explained in the second line. Avyakritam yat purvokta nama rupaka namakam. Avyakritam yat purvoktam arupakam Avyakritam yat purvoktam arupakam tadidam nama rupabhyam eva vyakriyate swayam. Yat purvoktam arupakam anamakam avyakritam. Yat purvoktam arupakam anamakam avyakritam tadidam nama rupabhyam eva swayam vyakriyate. Tadidam nama rupabhyam eva swayam vyakriyate. So whatever avyakrita that was described earlier, yat purvoktam. Purvoktam means earlier described. What is that? Avyakrita. What type of avyakrita it was? Arupakam anamakam. No rupa, no nama. With means without the distinct features of the jagat, the creation in terms of names and forms. The jagat always available in terms of different objects being spent in terms of having different names and forms. So form need not be visual form only. That is the nature of a given thing, a distinct feature of a given thing. So that one, that was not there just as seed. A tiny, that is the banyan seed, has got all features of a huge tree in itself, but nothing is manifested. So like that, entire jagat was there in unmanifest form, but no actual manifest features were there. That is what that avyakrita, which was without the features of nama and rupa. Tadidam, the very same avyakrita is what? idam, this manifest world, nama rupabhyam eva swayam vyakriyate. That avyakrita itself is getting manifested in terms of the jagat having nama and rupa. Having nama and rupa. So now, how is that swayam eva, that is the unmanifest jagat, gets manifested in based on its own, for which an illustration is given. Actually, swayam, no doubt, on its own, but there is a cause for that. It's not just like that, not as an accidentally as such, but there is a cause. Let us see what it is. An illustration is being given of a person who is asleep and who wakes up. Sushuptaduthito rajna. Take that to, correct it as ti. Sushuptaduthiti rajna swayameva yatha tatha. Jagdhashesha jaganmurte ravyaktaad vyakritirmuhu. Yatha rajnaha sushuptat swayameva utthitihi. Actually, utthitihi rajnaha, by sandhi has become, the visarga gets dropped and the earlier e gets elongated. Utthitihi rajnaha, by sandhi has become utthiti rajnaha. So utthiti. Utthiti means waking up, being awake. Yatha rajnaha sushuptat swayameva utthitihi tatha jagdhashesha jaganmurtehi. Jagdhashesha jaganmurtehi avyaktat muhuhu vyakritihi ad bhavati. Avyaktat muhuhu vyakritihi ad bhavati. Illustration is that of who? A king. So a king who gets up after sleep. Yatha. How does he get up? There are bards to wake him up. Of course, they may be there. It is only a status symbol. So even before he may get awakened and what, he may be rolling on the bed as such. So that is fine. So yatha rajnaha sushuptat swayameva utthiti. Waking up of the king from the sleep is what? On one's own. Nobody need wake him up. Suppose bards, he was somewhere on a, that means was some tour or something, and the bards were not there, let us say. Will he not wake up? So that what makes him wake up? On his own, but there is a cause there. He may sleep 1 hour more, but he has to wake up. What is that cause? Karma phalas. Prarabdha karma phalas will throw the fellow out. Can't, even if he is a Kumbhakarna, after 6 months the person has to get up. So that in between, different varying degrees of Kumbhakarna depend. So that is a different aspect. So that will, because why Kumbhakarna is cited, nobody has excelled him so far possibly. That's all. Suppose somebody else is there, 1 year he sleeps and 1 year he is awake. Then we have to change the example from Kumbhakarna to some Shurpakarna or somebody. Shurpakarna was there, not that fellow, some other Karna. Now he says, Swayame. Now the question, why Rajnaha is given? Why you, not you and me? Why the example of a king being, that means waking up, that is on his own. Because if you and me are there, there will be no bards, etc. to wake you up. This fellow has got everything at his command, and yet what? He wakes up on his own. That for the status or many things may be there, that's different thing. But actually he doesn't need anything to wake him up. So he is such a big person with power at his command. So that you may say, And why we have to set the alarm? Why you have to set the alarm? Not for waking up, but at that specific time. So that is a different thing. So even if the alarm is there, after 2 hours you are bound to get up. Even the person who is always a Suryavamshi, you know who is Suryavamshi? So who wakes up after sunrise as such. Suryavamshi is actually surname. It is a surname Suryavamshi. Anyway, so suppose he has to catch a train or a flight at 5:30 and the station or the airport is 1 hour drive. What? Whether he has to get up at 4 o'clock or 3:30, is it not? So he has to set the alarm. That's a different thing. But on one's own they wake up. In the case of king, even though everything is at one's command, yet he wakes up swayameva like that. But we know for that even swayam there is a cause. What is the cause? Prarabdha karma. Now the prarabdha karma is so ready to give that particular day's experience, the fellow gets thrown out from the sleep. Likewise, here also the jagat from the earlier dissolution starts getting created because of course, the prarabdha karma of the jivas, but for the external this thing, it appears it what? It gets, that is, it springs forth on its own. Similarly, tatha, in the same manner, Jagdhashesha Jaganmurtehe. Jaganmurtehe from the fifth case, ablative. From the Jaganmurti. Who is that? Means the Paramatma himself. Who is that? Jagdhashesha. Jagda Ashesha Jagat. Jagdha means actually eaten, swallowed. It is the past participle of ad. Ad atti plus karmani kta. Ad atti is a defective root as such. So ad atti, you can't say ad atti. Past participle is what? Atta, you can't say that. It is jagdha. So ad atti plus kta becomes jagdha, eaten or swallowed. Who is a Jagdhashesha Jaganmurti? The Murti, the one who has swallowed the Ashesha Jagat. The one who has devoured, eaten the entire Jagat. What does it mean? Paramatma, Parameshwara, who has withdrawn. Eaten here means, Jagda means not eaten like that. Who has withdrawn unto oneself the entire Jagat in the pralaya of the past kalpa. Earlier kalpa has ended and the Jagat has undergone the dissolution. Where is the Jagat? In Brahma only, but in unmanifest condition. Where is it? In the seed form in the Maya Shakti. So therefore, so Jagdashesha Jaganmurtehe. So, and in what nature it is? Avyakta. Everything is there in avyakta condition, unmanifest condition. Muhuhu, again, vyakritihi bhavati. The manifestation of the Jagat, the world takes place. That muhuhu, that is, again shows that this Jagat gets manifest what? Again and again. Muhuhu, 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 again and again. When did it start? No beginning. Jagat is anadi. That muhu word appears to be innocent word, but it hints that creation is anadi, beginningless. So in every creation, Jagat gets manifest and gets dissolved. Again dissolved. Why? Cause is what? Ajnana. Ajnana is Maya, Prakriti or Ajnana. What is the beginning of Ajnana Maya? No beginning. Jagat has no beginning, that muhuhu. So it gets created. Now here also, no doubt it is Swayam like Rajnyaha, but there is some cause. What is the cause for Raj king to wake up? Prarabdha karma. Here also, the unmanifest condition of the Jagat has got now transformed into manifest world. Why? Prarabdha. Whose Prarabdha? There it is the king's prarabdha, here is the prarabdha of samashti jivas. Of all jivas, wherein you also were there. You can't say, no, Swamiji, I was born now only. Now Kali Yuga is going on, but the Kalpa started where? Somewhere past, etc. Do you think that you are born now only? If Jagat is Anadi, you also are Anadi. It will be very nice to have such a computer wherein all your past lives are fed in. Better don't look into it, okay? That is within your interest. So you will have sound sleep. And if you look into that, only this much is there. Know for certain that each and every one, including you and me, had innumerable past births. That much you should know. Why? Do you know why? It is very, very useful for developing Vairagya. Not only that, we should know that much Shraddha in the Vedas. Who can tell Punarjanma is there? Vedas. So also, we will have endless births in future also should be kept in the mind. Do you know why? This helps to develop Vairagya. How is it that what connection Punarjanma has to have with the Vairagya? What is our present pursuit? General. Swamiji, we are all studying Vedanta. Well, you can't ask us this question. No. As a general human being, what is the goal of life? Khao, piyo, maja karo. So, three things. So, fulfillment of desire, wealth, and thoda maja. For maja, various things are there. Okay? That is what the goal of life. And in that, in terms of accomplishment, many strata are there, higher and lower. Some may wield power, other may be a beggar, etc. like that. This is not varied things are there. And always we try to be better off. And whole life is spent in this. Accomplishment can be many in terms of name, fame, wealth, possession, power, and all that retinue and all that progeny and all it can be there. And varied degrees of accomplishment. And as the age advances, what happens? You feel that in spite of the best of the accomplishment, something is lacking and something is wanting, etc. And you start comparing also. See, that person could achieve that height, but I could not achieve. So other lower than us also are there. This is what is called a samsara. So if we know we had punarjanma and not one or two, anadi kala, and it is going to continue up to ananta unless one gains the knowledge, we can have the vairagya. You know why? In the past lives, perhaps we would have been emperors of the emperor. But don't say that, don't undermine. At other time, we would have been the beggars of the beggars. Of what use are both now? Emperor said a high status you might have had. Is it going to help anyway now? Or the most miserable condition we might have undergone, is it going to afflict you now? Like that, however best or worse the condition now it may be, next birth what? Hasgindi nammata. I told you, Hasgindi nammata is a Kannada phrase. The children have to see, that is gulli danda, that's the same thing. That Gindi is Gulli Danda in Indian cricket. Indian cricket it is. Gulli Danda only. Hindi is Gulli Danda. So that is the thing. So while that, so something foul, etc. Or they quarrel. So because no like this, etc. they quarrel because there is no umpire there. So they self-umpire. They quarrel. Then say, okay, let us have now let us resolve. What? Let us start a fresh game now. Okay. Means earlier score, etc. is wiped out. Let us have that fresh game. Hasagindi, that what Gulli, now new one. Nammata means our play now. No? Let us start a new play of ours with a new, that is what? That Gulli, that is what? That Gulli and Dandi, Hasagindi, Nammata. So that way, a fresh game. Again, next birth. Starting from where? Zero. Starting from kg onward. This fellow was who? Newton ka baap tha idhar. Not only Newton, he was Newton's baap. So he was there. And start from what? KG onward. Even KG needs some qualification. So look, these people nowadays take entrance test even to give the admission the KG. Along with the child, parents also are what? Examined. Think of it. Who was a Newton ka baap? Where all went now? He doesn't know what is atom. Okay, think of it. What was earlier and what is now. Doesn't know what is atom. Where is that? All Hosgindi Namata wipe out now. No? Clean slate. No? You write many things on the board, blackboard. Then what? Wipe it clean and then start fresh. Is it work? That's why that understanding of the past lives can, for a mature person, can develop vairagya. You know this, Christianity doesn't believe rebirth. Actually, it is churchanity that doesn't believe rebirth, not Christianity. Jesus never told that rebirth is not there. In the beginning, about 400-500 after Jesus, they did believe, that is, they did accept this what rebirth. It was the Henry VIII, who was the emperor. He thought that, see this one, if rebirth is there, people will take it what lightly, therefore no rebirth. And he convened a meeting of all these missionaries. Pope was totally against, because it was not correct. That Pope was persecuted to death. And he called his own missionaries, and by vote that he decided, that is what, there is no rebirth. And he is the one who destroyed that. Constantinople, all this earlier library, etc., he destroyed it. And that now church is going with that. So that is what? So that will the case. Actually, it is nothing to do with actual Christianity, because Jesus never said. Jesus, of course, one incident, many incidents are there. So he said, Elijah is the John the Baptist, he has said. Or other way something, I don't know who is the first. Elijah is first or John the Baptist. Elijah is the first. Elijah is the John the Baptist. Elijah was the earlier person, John the Baptist is the now person, means what? He is reborn. Once he was going with his disciples, one born blind person, a beggar, was there suffering. One disciple asked, Master, so is he suffering because of his sin now or sin in the past? Now to sin now, because of the sin now, because he is born blind. So he can't, past means what? Past lives are there. Jesus gave some answer, but he didn't refute the past birth as such. So that is how it is. So it has nothing to do with that. So that is the knowledge of Punarjanma can make one develop Vairagya if proper maturity is there. So that is the case. So that you have to see from that standpoint. Swastik Praja